Wait. Put the phone down for a second. Stop scrolling. Stop before you send up another one of those cookie-cutter prayers that never seems to leave the room. Enoch didn't die. In a long list of ancestors that reads like a repetitive obituary, he died, and he died, and he died. Enoch is the glitch in the system. The record says, Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Laqach. That's the word. God took him. He didn't invite him. He didn't request a meeting. He seized him. He snatched him away. He claimed him as his own. There is something about Enoch's life, something about what he did right before he vanished, that most people miss. Something this message is going to uncover. Because what happened to Enoch wasn't a one-time divine favor. It was a blueprint. And that blueprint is being traced over your life at this very moment. Stay with me until the end. What you're about to hear is going to flip the script on everything you think you know about your struggles and why they're happening to you. You've always felt like an outsider, haven't you? It's not an ego thing. It's just a strange sense of being a foreigner, like you're from somewhere else. Not necessarily a different state or country, but a different spiritual zip code. Like the conversations happening around the water cooler or at Sunday brunch just don't reach the depth of what's inside you. Like the things that keep you up at night are impossible to explain to the people living in the same house as you. You've tried to blend in. You've done the work to belong, to join the groups, to nod along in the same circles. But there was always this gap. Not a physical one, but a real one. A distance you didn't create, but one that's always been there. It's like there's a different frequency humming inside you, and it just won't sync up with the world around you. You've dealt with losses that didn't make a lick of sense. Situations that felt completely unfair. Not just because they hurt, but because they seemed counterproductive. Why would someone with your heart and your potential be stuck in a situation that makes it impossible to breathe, let alone grow? You've had seasons of total isolation, times when people just drifted away, when your inner circle shrank to nothing, when you were left with way less than you deserved. But in those quiet, lonely stretches, something strange happened. You started to see yourself more clearly. You became more solid, more defined. That wasn't bad luck. That was laqach in motion. Before we finish, I need to show you three things. First, what the word laqach reveals about the Enoch pattern and how that pattern is playing out in your life right now. Second, a three-step protocol to stop fighting the process and start cooperating with what God is doing in you. Third, a declaration that will reframe every single loss you've suffered as part of this divine seizing. Don't check out before we hit all three. Close your eyes for a second. Or just look away from the screen. What I'm about to tell you works best when your attention isn't split between my voice and the noise of the world. The laqach process is active in your life if you recognize these signs. Sign 1. The persistent misfit. You've never fully clicked. Not with your family, not in your friend group, not at the office, not even at church. Not because you're difficult, but because there's something in you that doesn't fit into the available boxes. You used to call it loneliness. Sometimes it was, but mostly it was preparation. Sign 2. Clarity born from isolation. There was a season, maybe you're in it now, where your social calendar cleared out. Fewer people, fewer commitments, less noise. And it was in that vacuum that your true identity started to bubble up. Not your social media identity, your soul identity. Who you are when the spotlight is off. It was in that silence that you finally heard the voice that's been there all along. A voice that doesn't care about likes or expectations or performance. Sign 3. The nonsensical losses. Something was ripped away from you. A relationship, a job, an opportunity, and it felt like a mistake. You couldn't find God's plan in it at the time. But with a little distance, you're starting to see that it actually unchained you from a place where you were never meant to stay. Sign 4. The unnamed weight. You carry something. It's not anxiety. It feels more like a heavy responsibility. A gut-level awareness that there is a specific job to be done that hasn't been done yet. An urgency that isn't frantic, but serious. A gravity about your life that you can't quite explain to anyone else. Sign 5. Proximity in the pit. In your darkest hours, God didn't just give you comfort. He gave you His presence. It was as if the suffering created a direct line where the laqach became audible. Like the hardship was the only place where the signal was clear enough to hear the revelation. If at least 3 of those hit home, I want you to type in the comments, I recognize the taking. It's a declaration that you see the process for what it is. The book of Genesis uses laqach to describe what God did to Enoch. God took him. But this same word shows up in other places that tell the real story. In Ezekiel, God says, I took you, laqach, from the flock. In Amos, the Lord took me, laqach, from following the flock. The taking isn't just for Enoch. It's the standard operating procedure for a prophetic calling. You probably thought a calling was a clear invitation, an audible voice or an obvious open door. But laqach shows us something else. God doesn't always invite. Sometimes He just takes. He yanks a person out of their comfortable context and drops them into the context they were actually designed for. The laqach process is always the same. Isolation from the old, revelation of the real, and positioning for the new. Everything you thought was a setback, the isolation, the weirdness, the no's, there is a very real chance it's laqach in progress. You are being pulled out of a limiting environment so you can be placed where you belong. Enoch walked with God for 300 years before he was taken. This isn't an overnight thing. It's a slow cook process. And you're right in the middle of it. Look at 2 examples. One from the Bible, one from the world we live in. The biblical example. Amos. Amos was a rancher. He took care of cattle and farmed sycamore figs. He didn't have a degree in divinity. He wasn't from a pastor's family. When people questioned why he was talking, he basically said, "Look, I'm not a professional prophet. I'm a cowboy, but the Lord took me, laqach, from behind the herd and said, 'Go.'" The taking doesn't choose the person who is already in the spotlight. It grabs the person who is out back, precisely because they are available to be moved. The secular metaphor, the raw diamond. A diamond doesn't come out of the earth looking like $1 million. It's extracted, violently removed from the rock it was stuck in. That process is disruptive and looks destructive. The surrounding earth has to be broken, pressure has to be applied, and a forced separation has to happen. Then comes the cutting, which also looks like you're losing parts of the stone. But the cut is what reveals the facets that were hidden inside from the beginning. The destruction was actually a revelation. Amos wasn't ready when he was taken. The diamond isn't ready when it's dug up, and you weren't ready when this process started. But laqach doesn't wait for you to be ready. It creates the readiness. Let's stop for a second. Here are 4 objective facts. 1. Laqach is not a punishment. It's a recruitment. The way it feels, the isolation, the losses, isn't the price of the process. It is the process. 2. Enoch wasn't taken because he was perfect. He was taken because he walked with God. Consistency of direction matters more than a lack of mistakes. 3. You are being prepared for a role that isn't fully visible yet. The things that were removed from your life created the empty space for what's about to be installed. 4. What you're about to declare isn't a plea for the process to stop. It's a decision to cooperate with the process that's already moving. Here is who you are in the middle of all this. There are 3 identities being revealed. Identity 1. The seized. You didn't get here just by trying hard. You were taken, pulled out of your old life and put into this process. That means your progress isn't just on you. It's on the one who grabbed you. You can stop carrying the weight of the process like it's your solo job. If you are taken, there is a taker. And he doesn't drop what he seizes halfway through. Identity 2. The revealed. This process isn't building a new you from scratch. It's revealing the real you. The isolation and the loss were just removing the overburden that was covering the diamond. You aren't getting smaller. You're becoming more visible. Identity 3. The positioned. Enoch wasn't taken into a void. He was taken to a specific place for a specific reason. Laqach has a destination. You are being positioned, not just dropped anywhere, but placed exactly where your unique gifts and your history fit perfectly. You can stop stressing about the where and the when. If there's a taker, there's a destination. Type in the comments, I am the seized. Claim that identity. Now the protocol. 3 moves you make today. Not tomorrow. Today. Move 1. Reframe a loss. Pick one specific loss. The one that still stings. The one that still makes you angry. Write down what it removed from your life. Not what it cost you, but what it cleared out. What became lighter? What space opened up? This doesn't make the pain go away, but it changes the meaning. Move 2. Name the revelation. What has been emerging in you lately? A new clarity? A conviction you didn't have 5 years ago? A strength you didn't know was there? Write it down. That is what the laqach is uncovering. Move 3. Vocal cooperation. Say it out loud. I cooperate with the process of laqach in my life. I let go of what was taken. I receive what is being revealed. I wait for the positioning. Just once. Out loud. Your confirmation won't be total clarity on the future. It will be a weird sense of peace. An acceptance that isn't giving up, but recognizing the hand of God. Over the next 72 hours, 3 things are going to try to shut down what we've started here. It's not a maybe, it's a certainty. Tactic 1. The abandonment lie. Something will happen that makes you feel like God has ghosted you, not recruited you. A silence. A wait. A lack of an immediate win. That's not abandonment. It's the quiet phase of the process. Your weapon against this is your memory. Come back to this video. Remind yourself that the signal is clearest in the silence. Tactic 2. The destination rush. You're going to get impatient. You'll want to know the end game right now. You'll try to force the positioning before the revelation is done. This isn't faith. It's destination anxiety. If you jump the gun, you leave the process before you're fully cut. Say it again. I wait for the positioning. Tactic 3. The comparison trap. You'll see people on social media or in your neighborhood who look positioned. They have the clear calling, the stable life, the success. Your brain will start comparing your messy middle to their highlight reel. But you don't see their laqach. You don't see the extraction they went through. When that thought hits, just say, that's tactic 3, and move on, and watch out for the internal voice. The one that says, you're overthinking this. You're just making up patterns to feel better. It will sound reasonable and mature, but it isn't your voice. It's the voice of the enemy trying to reclaim the ground you just took. Close your eyes. Put your hand on your heart. Take 3 deep breaths. Slow down. Get to that place where the noise stops. Let go of what isn't yours to carry. Let go of the guilt for not getting it sooner. Let go of the shame of being the weird one. Let go of the resentment over those losses. Let go of the need to see the finish line from the starting blocks. Say it. I let go. Again. I let go. One more time. I let go. Now receive these 3 identities. You are the seized, pulled out of the cages that limited you, placed in the hands of the one who knows exactly where you're going. You are the revealed. What's in you isn't being created right now. It's being exposed. The isolation was just the removal of the veil. The losses were just clearing the stage. You are the positioned. This isn't a random walk. There is a where for your why. You are being fitted for a specific slot in a specific story where only you will do. Listen to the Father's voice now, and He's talking about exactly what you've been through. Son, daughter, I snatched you. It wasn't a punishment. It wasn't bad luck. It was a recruitment. The things I allowed to be taken were taken by me to make room for what I'm about to give. That feeling of being an alien when the people around you couldn't hear what was screaming inside you. That wasn't a sign that you were broken. It was a sign that you were built for a world they haven't seen yet. The losses that broke your heart, the unfair ones, those were intentional. I had to unchain you because what you were holding on to would have kept you in a place that's about to be too small for you. The loneliness, the quiet seasons, that wasn't me leaving you. That was me getting you alone so we could finally talk without the world interrupting. Enoch walked with me for 300 years. You are walking with me now. And the taking, the final positioning, is closer than it looks. I speak a covering over your mind, so the truth stays put when the abandonment thoughts creep in. A covering over your relationships, so your strangeness isn't seen as rejection, but as a divine distinction. A covering over your timing, so you don't rush the process and miss the revelation. A covering over your identity, so the seized, the revealed, and the positioned stay solid in your spirit until the day you arrive. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. Don't say amen yet. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. Hold it for one more second. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. Now. Amen. In the comments, I want you to write one word. Just one. What's the laqach revealing in you right now? Don't write a whole paragraph. Just one word. Make it public. There is someone in your life right now who is drowning in misfit feelings and loss. They think God has abandoned them, when really, He's just snatched them. They are fighting the process because they don't know it's a process. Send this to them. Just their name and the link. That's it. The next message is going to be about what happens when the laqach is complete. When the positioning finally happens and you realize exactly where all of this was leading. Don't miss it. It is done. You are not the same person who started this video.